TitTok, the most titillating podcast you've ever heard. And I'm here today with my new friend Kazumi.
I thought you were Martha Stewart. Oh
I secretly am a little bit of a Martha Stewart, but I'm like the sexiest, naughtiest Martha Stewart you've ever met.
Martha Stewart was...
And she's a dom secretly,
yeah.
right? Like, Martha Stewart definitely dominates in the bedroom, and she can dominate in the boardroom.
She Snoop Dogg.
Oh yeah. This is a conversation we need to have, I think.
Oh my god.
It's not getting more than private.
I was actually cracking.
You were, I saw.
Big boob Martha Stewart. I was waiting.
You don't understand, like, Martha Stewart was like worshipped in my family growing up, so like that's why.
Connecticut, she's like a queen.
Yeah, she went to jail.
Like,
she's like a freaking...
And to think of her as a freak is kind of funny.
Obviously she is like...
I briefly worked, I temped at Martha Stewart when I worked in New York. And she would call the main line and she'd be like, find me this person, find me that person. And she would just fucking hang up on me. And she'd be like, it's like your work isn't hanging up on you.
Yeah, she's probably like that in private too.
Oh, I guarantee
some guy calls.
I'm definitely thinking, oh my god, well this is already a great
Whenever I know it's on the podcast, I just see this with defamation.
Yeah, no, I'm totally...
She seems like the type of like woman.
Okay, I'm gonna think about how to incorporate some of that type of stuff into this in the future.
So Martha Stewart like defamation.
Oh no, yes, she would. She's awful.
Yeah, she is.
She fired my former mentor and boss.
What did she do? Did she put the wrong flour in the cookies or something?
She pretty much was like, why are we spending so much money on fucking wrapping papers?
That's true. She's spending a lot of money.
Like, we should, because she got hired to be their like SVP for marketing. And
What kind of wrapping paper was she buying?
Yes, they like, I don't know.
It's the devil's in the details. I'm like that person. I'm like, honestly, the napkins need to be like fine linen and
right.
You know, like
Has to
blend
be
with the stigma.
perfect. Oh my god. Anyway, okay. Well, that's why you have that thing. It's like a booster.
So my butt isn't touching the thing. If you notice, I never sat. I was always on my feet. Interesting, right? The whole time I didn't sit.
I was wearing something like, I feel like it was like a booster. Had the titties up higher, but
yeah.
Alright, are we like ready to start?
Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever you want.
Yeah, we're rolling.
Your camera.
Okay.
And your camera. Kazumi, yours is yours.
Okay, I just didn't know.
And we are ready when you are.
Okay.
Woo!
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 Good morning and welcome to TitTok, the most titillating podcast you've ever heard. I'm Erica Love, and I'm so excited to be here today with Kazumi,
Yay,
my new best friend. We met over the weekend at a very sexy mansion party. So fun.
A lot went down. We're now twin flames.
Yes. Oh my goodness, she's my soul sister. She introduced me to some new things this weekend. We're going to talk about that a little bit. I had a very exciting first experience.
Yeah, I feel like I turned you out. Now you're like women.
So I wore cherries today for you.
Oh. Well,
Because you popped my cherry last night.
really?
Yes. When I rode the machine.
Oh, my Sibian. I don't do it at my house.
I've never done that before. I've never felt anything like that in my life. I'm going to post a little clip on Twitter soon so that people can see it. But yes, she, introduced me to something new and exciting that I think I'll be doing again in the future.
My glorious fuck machine.
Oh my god. It was amazing.
Yeah.
How long have you had that?
I have had 3 in my house. Well, that's because I had one that broke, and now it's like there's just like the exoskeleton of it, and I'm not gonna throw it away because it's so fucking big, awesome. And then I have 2 because one for me, one for the homie.
Oh, that makes sense. When did you get introduced to it?
Oh my god.
Yeah, when was the first time you did that?
I don't know if you know anything about me. I'm like Kazumi, so I'm like,
I know a little bit about it.
I'm a big swinger, sex party fiend. So I remember when I was 20 years years old, my friends and I went to this sex party.
Wow.
And the sex club was like shaped like an auditorium.
Okay.
So there was like a stage, and then there was just crowds of people fucking and doing their thing. No cameras were there. It was just like a fun time. And there was a Sibian on the front of the stage.
Okay.
Right? And I was like, what's that? And this porn star, her name was Kayla Craves, was like, oh girl, come over here. And at the time, I was 20 years old. I had pink hair, you know, I hadn't got my body done. I was just a normal, I mean, I guess I was a slut, so I was at a sex party for a reason, right? So we walk on the stage, and I was wearing like a one-piece romper, which is always the most embarrassing thing, because
that doesn't seem like a good wardrobe choice for a sex party.
That means I now have to be fully naked. Like,
yeah.
The first 10 minutes of walking in here, there's probably like 50 people in the audience just watching now, right? And they see me just hop on bare naked on the Sibian, and she turns it on, and I'm like, uh-oh. Like, so, and then, you know, I'm, you know, moaning, screaming, just riding this fucking Sibian, and now it's getting more and more crowded. It's like a freaking concert. This is a really weird memory. I'm glad you unlocked this, but
I love it.
And then at that point, there was probably like 100 people, like random strangers, just watching.
Did you take your phones out?
No phones allowed.
Okay.
And then me just riding the Sibian like naked, like 20 years old with my pink hair, and when I come, oh my god, I came and I screamed for like 30 seconds straight. I was just like, whoa!
I can feel that.
And not only that, there was silence in the room, and after I just looked at the crowd like, what? And then all of them were like,
you got a standing ovation.
And I was like, okay, whoa. And then I wobbled downstairs, like down the stage, and everyone was like high-fiving me, saying like, awesome performance. I think they thought I was probably like a paid actress or something.
That's amazing.
I was just like this, I work at Shake Shack. Like, you know, I'm like a regular woman.
And now look at you now.
I'm so sorry about that. I got really excited.
You did, I can tell that you got really excited.
Yeah, so sorry.
You know, things happen, you know, when you get excited, like you knock stuff over. I knock stuff over all the time. It's kind of the story of my life.
You have your boobs have their own natural orbit.
They do, they really do. I need like a constant like 12-inch like radius around the titties at all times.
It's a hazard, you know.
It is a hazard. I get asked that a lot, like, do you think you're gonna need a black guy from bouncing the titties all the time?
Do you feel like it helps your dating? Like, because men love breasts and stuff?
I absolutely attract men that love huge tits.
I would imagine you wouldn't attract men who love tiny tits.
Well, there's a difference between liking big boobs and loving huge tits, I've learned.
Okay, I'm into loving huge tits.
I love that you love huge tits. It makes me so happy. Because I think they're fun and amazing. I mean, I've had them my whole life, so I'm used to it by now.
Oh, you're big naturals. I don't know if you know, but I got my boobs done.
Yes, tell me. They look amazing.
Yeah,
I saw them last night. They really do look amazing.
Because I do love really big boobs. I honestly wanted like big milky boobs like yours, but
they'll get there.
Yeah,
don't worry. You can get there. You got time.
One day.
You got plenty of time for them to be bigger.
Just in middle school, I just kept looking at like women's boobs, and I was like, wait, maybe I'm bisexual because I just kept looking at.
So is that when you started to like notice women?
I'm definitely a boob girl over an ass girl. Like I feel like you could work an ass, you could buy an ass, but well, I guess you could do the same with boobs. But boobs are such like a big, like not everyone has boobs.
I like boobs too. Yeah. Asses are nice. I do wish I had like a nice big juicy ass like yours, but I don't right now.
Yeah. You still have a nice juicy ass, but you do have a lot of tits, so it
I'm a little uneven. I'm very top heavy. I'm not. I need to even out a little bit, but yeah, I obviously love nice big titties. That is why I wanted to start TikTok because it's such a funny thing. People say that to me all the time in my TikTok videos. Like, welcome to TikTok.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what, this is a great joke. I'm gonna run with it because it's really what I'm all about at the end of the day. I celebrate titties. I am all about titty equality.
Is missionary your favorite position?
It depends on the size.
Yeah. So
honestly.
What is the perfect size?
I like above average, I would say. Like above average and girthy, like 7 to 8 inches with a little girth is like amazing.
All penis sizes matter.
Well, it depends because it's like missionary is like good for some sizes, and like getting on top and writing is good for other sizes because then I know how to work things. And then, you know, I always enjoy being bent over and railed. So, you know,
You're
it
like,
just
so any
depends.
position, honestly,
You
is
can
fine.
make any position work with any size most of the time. And also, you know, if you're into toys and exploring, there's fun things to do. I actually like more of like an average size penis for anal. So, yeah, I mean,
I
I'm
lost
open.
my anal virginity because I was a Christian. And I
Did you do it in the ass first?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I love this. So you were like
I'm
a good
gonna go to
Christian.
hell anyways.
That's how I look at it too. Well, I also look at it as like, you know, God gave me great titties, so like I want to show them the world.
Right?
Just
I mean,
saying.
the world needs to see
So
it.
you had anal first because you were a good girl.
Yeah, because I'm a really good girl.
Oh my god, that's crazy. I don't think I had anal till I was well into my 20s.
Yeah, I definitely was like, whoa, I'm gonna get. Afterwards, I definitely gave a poop dick, and I was like, I'm not sure if I want to do this again.
Do you like it now?
I mean, okay, I'll tell you a story, but it's a little long-winded about my freaking enema story.
Okay.
So I was on my period, and I wanted to go to a gangbang because it's my right as a woman to go to one. But I was on my period, and I just hate putting cups in there because when all those sticks go ramming in my vagina, then like I have to basically fist my cervix to get that cup out.
Yeah.
So I was like, maybe today's the day to do anal. I mean, you know, last time I left a little messy, you know, not gonna lie, but I think I could do it. So
you went from only having anal once to an anal gangbang?
my attempt was the anal gangbang. So I don't know if you've ever.
That's ambitious. I respect you so much right now for your life
My
choice like
This
this.
isn't even being filmed. This is just me like on a Saturday night. Being like, hey guys, like this seems like a fun thing to do.
Anal gangbang.
Yeah. So I don't know if you've ever done an enema. You don't strike me as an enema dude. So
I love anal, but I've just never.
So you just have a clean butthole.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
How does it feel to be God's favorite?
It's amazing, actually.
Okay. I feel like I probably just eat too many seasoned things and it's like just not gonna happen to me.
Yeah.
So I did an enema and I had no idea what happened. So basically I was in the bathroom. This is such a stupid story. It's like so gross.
No, you already started. You have to take us on this
And I put
journey.
this enema obviously in my butt, and you know it holds the water in my butt, and the poop comes out, and I was like, but it came out in like a poop explosion, and I was like, oh, okay.
But you didn't know.
I didn't know that. So now like my bathroom's splattered in poop. But not only that, but it's like I've never done an enema. Maybe it's like all the years of backed up anxiety about poop. So now it's like I'm pooping for like 2 hours straight, like nonstop, like fountain.
So did you make it to the gangbang?
So my friend was knocking and was like, "Are you good?" And I was like,
No.
I'm good. So we go, right? And then me and a friend, you know, we partake in some fun on the bed. And as I'm leaving, one of the girls is like, "Hey, there's a stain on the bed." And I'm like, "Shut the fuck up."
You never want to be that person.
You never
who's
want
staying
to, dude,
behind.
shut up. And then my friend is like, and I said, "Oh, I'm on my period." But then my friend, dude, this is crazy. He like goes in, takes a sniff test, which is so unnecessary. So unnecessary. And he was like, and I was like, okay. So I like ran into the bathroom and I was like, there was a bunch of anal queens like outside randomly. There was like Kitty Jaguar who was a tattooed asshole. Like,
Okay, so you had experts ready to help
they were
you.
ready to help and they were like, hello. Because I wanted to cry. I was so embarrassed. And I was like, guys, if I just shove a butt plug up my ass, will it stop the flow? And they were like, technically, yes. But like, I mean, who knows what will happen? So I was like, all right, well, boop, put a butt plug in there and I continued to party.
That is a true,
True horror story.
Yeah, I think they call that horrible decisions or horrible ideas that you made.
I want to get on there.
But you powered through.
I powered through. I was
found
just
a
like, guys,
solution.
I'm on my period.
I like your positive attitude
Yeah.
towards all of this. Like, you didn't leave.
Yeah.
You stayed.
And that's the thing, like sometimes people are like, oh my god, like
It's just
sex is
poop at the end of the day.
sex is like an exchange where you give it up to the man, and I was like, I wanted
Wanna take
do
it.
this. This was like a choice I made all night to fucking shit on the bed, you know?
I love your stories. Oh my god, I feel like I'm getting to know you so much better.
Yeah, I know.
This is
I never tell anyone that, but that's
well, this, I mean, again, I just have this way where people like to tell me poop stories and about gangbangs and their first experiences at sex clubs. I mean, my first time at a sex club, I actually...
Sex club girl too!
Oh, I wouldn't say that just yet. I've only been once. I'm willing to go again, but I mean, I was so overwhelmed. I mean, really, I should have probably had like a little bit more champagne before I went, but I'm like, having my date, like my pussy in a room full of 40 people, and it was one of those experiences where I was like, oh my god, I feel like I'm at a goddamn rave right now. With all these people, and like the lights and the porn in the background. I'm like, I should be on something right now.
What city was this in?
It's when I lived in the San Francisco area.
Oh,
so
San Fran is kinky.
I went to a club called Twist, which I guess was like a mostly hetero club, and I didn't even realize at that point that there were like different sex clubs for the different sort of vibes, but like, oh my god, yeah, it was overwhelming. It was like, this is so many people having sex together. Now I feel way more prepared for a situation like that.
And we saw a lot of people having sex together.
Oh my god! So I had a couple of big firsts this weekend. But before I get into the story about my first orgy, I brought a little surprise for you.
Oh!
Because you let me play with one of your toys. So I wanted to let you play with one of
Were you hiding that there the whole
I
time?
was. Have you ever seen one of these before?
Yeah, I think I might own a few in my house.
Really?
Yeah.
I love it. Okay, so what we're going to do, if you're game, is I'm going to sit here and control